Okay, so we're back with our next section of support combos. So what are we gonna talk about in this section?
Okay, so for this section of support combos, we're gonna talk about specific types of supports.
Okay.
And how they can help you. And this one we're gonna focus on OTG and crumple supports.
Nice.
So for those of you that don't know, OTG refers to off the ground, meaning that even when they're lying on the ground, it'll hit them.
Yeah.
And crumple supports are the ones where they hit you and you just kind of fall down slowly.
Yeah.
So first, I'm gonna go over the basics of OTGs in this game.
Okay.
So I guess one OTGs are when someone's on the ground and you hit them like so.
Right.
So as you saw right there, Shuriken, they can OTG because I was able to hit him with the Shuriken even though he was lying on the ground.
Yeah.
As opposed to say, I guess like ultimate jutsus, they don't OTG. See?
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though these characters ones maybe should.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess so basically just so you guys know, Shuriken and Chakra Shuriken, they OTG. The offensive items like bombs or tags,
yeah.
they OTG. And certain jutsus OTG.
Right.
Oh, and a few tilts OTG, but you generally wouldn't do that. So based on that, you would think, oh wow, I have a lot of options on how I want to kill people, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But one thing you have to remember when you're OTGing people is that there's actually a limit to how many times you can hit someone when they're on the ground in this game.
Yeah.
So I guess before we go any further, I'll also mention that when you crumple someone, they're considered in an OTG state. So that's going to come into play a little later when we start going over crumple supports.
Okay.
But for now, I'm going to show that, see, I can OTG, I can still hit him with the Shuriken because he's in the grounded state, and Shuriken OTG.
Yeah.
But if I was to try and use my tilt on him, it does nothing because he's in OTG. So why don't you go ahead and hit me with your crumple support and hit me with your jutsu because you have an OTG jutsu.
Yep.
No way around it.
See, that hit me, did good damage.
Yep.
And now I will try to hit you with my OTG jutsu.
Okay.
I've got your bound on me.
See how that didn't do as much?
No time like the present.
It's because Yamato's full jutsu, like,
Oh, sorry.
full jutsu actually does 8 hits. But the OTG only allows me to get 3.
Yeah.
So from that, you can basically figure out that you can only hit someone 3 times. Well, with 3 hits, I should say.
Yeah.
When they're on the ground.
Because Gaara's jutsu just does all the damage in one hit, he gets max damage.
Yeah. Whereas Yamato gets killed.
Yep, he gets only part of it.
Okay. So, based on that idea, you can kind of figure out that although there are a lot of supports that can OTG,
Yeah.
there are certain ones that are preferable over others. So, of course, one of the ways to go is the people that just hit you once, because clearly that's generally the best option. you
Yeah.
know? So for that would be either Gaara or Kisame. But generally speaking, Gaara is considered better because Gaara also has the strike back Chakra Shuriken, whereas Kisame doesn't really have anything else. And the other OTG assist that people, well, they don't really use it now, but what they should consider is Kankuro. Because as I'll show a little bit later, there's a way you can use the Kankuro support to actually do extra damage, like more than a normal support.
Yeah.
And you get more support drive as well.
Yeah.
So first we'll just go into basic OTG combos.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and I guess I will pick Jiraiya and you can pick Jugo. And we'll do it with Gaara. And the reason why I kind of wanted to pick these two is not only do they have short, efficient air combos, where you can get an OTG after, but they're also two characters with windmill shuriken, meaning that they're characters that would also benefit from having balanced Gara. So these are two characters that would really consider actually trying this out in a real fight.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm going to show here is that after your air combo is done, you can actually tack on the support for extra damage.
Okay.
See?
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you can see, the timing varies from character to character because their air combos are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just really basic OTG damage extension, you know, just after the end of something that hits him into the ground, just hit him with the OTG.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, it's damage that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah, and if you got him, you may as well.
And it forces them to stand up.
Yes,
so,
it does.
Yeah, so you can pressure them more.
Okay. So now I'm gonna go into more of a advanced OTG situation where basically the idea is you actually play on the whole 3-hit limit.
Okay.
And you do multiple OTGs.
Okay.
That you know don't hit that much. So I'll go ahead with Gara and Kisame, the two 1-hit OTGs.
Yeah.
And you can go back with Jugo and Gara. So this is basically abusing the fact that you can get up to 3 hits.
Yeah.
But but the game doesn't tell you how you can get those 3 hits.
Oh, okay. So I kind of see where you're going at this by using your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what I call this multiple source OTGs because that's what it is. You know,
Okay.
more than one person OTG.
Yeah.
And you'll notice the damage.
And the icing on the cake for that is that Kisame's jump aerial is one of his better tools.
Yeah.
So you'd probably want to do that a lot anyway. Go for air combos. Okay, so what am I gonna do?
So for you, you're gonna multiple source with your bomb.
Bomb.
Yeah, and Gara.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Finally.
And you can also do it with the defense down tag. To
Oh.
greet it up with Gara.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that's multiple source OTGs for combo extension. Cause
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you don't want to beam them with your bombs that often, cause bombs are really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just something to remember, cause that could be the finishing blow right there.
It could be, yeah.
And yeah, you could use a defense down tag as well, which are much more, I guess, easy to give up using them.
Yeah.
Okay. And one more advanced OTG extension I want to cover is the Kankuro assist.
Okay.
So with Kankuro, basically at a certain distance, if you use him to OTG, his jutsu will kind of get screwed up, and he'll, instead of laying the bombs out all in a nice row, he'll just kind of spiral them all on top of them. Like he kind of just wraps around them. So you kind of get where I'm going.
Okay.
So I guess I will use Lars with Kankuro, because Lars is a guy who might realistically choose Kankuro over Gara because his shuriken don't work with Garas, and he doesn't really have any teams to work with, so you know he might go ahead and pick that. And who could you? Oh, and you could be Killer B with Kankuro. So yeah, these are two characters that could realistically pick Kankuro because they're very limited in the actual teams that they could form.
Yeah.
And Kankuro does have a demonic chakra shuriken.
Yep. One of the best damaging ones.
Yeah. So I guess basically the idea is still the same as the normal OTG combos. You just air combo into the support.
Yeah.
But the idea is to time it correctly so that you're at the right spacing.
Right.
So that Kankuro goes berserk and just like wants to destroy them.
Okay.
So let's see if I can get this. Okay, clearly that was wrong.
So what's the key here?
You just have to figure out when to call them. Yeah, just like that.
How did I do that?
Magic.
Oh my gosh, look how much life you lost!
Yeah, cause it was a 3-hit Konkudo.
Yeah.
So it was like 50% more than normal.
So usually you just get the 1 hit, yeah?
Well, normally you just get 2. Okay, have to be even later. But yeah, so it looks like with Killer Bee, you just call him after. There we go.
With Killer Bee's one, I just did it like right before the last hit.
Oh, I see.
Just got lucky. But yeah, that's cool.
Well, yeah, because Konkudo gets full damage and full meter gain from 2 hits. Because if you just hit someone normally with the support, it does 2 hits.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets full from 2. So by getting the 3 off the OTG, you actually get 50% extra a meter gain for your support drive, and you also get the 50% extra damage from him. So instead of doing like 7.5, he does like 10, a little more than 10.
That's really cool.
Yeah. All right, so that kind of covers the OTG section. So now we're gonna move to the crumple supports.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing too fancy about crumples, because they are what they are.
Yeah, they just put you in that state and then you just fall.
Yeah, so you can just go ahead and pick Gata with, I guess, Takasasuke.
Of course.
And I will pick... Oh, Kakashi.
How many crumple moves are there in this game? Not a
3.
lot, yeah. Taka, Kakashi, and what was the third one?
My support.
Oh yeah, Shadow Stitching Jutsu.
I mean, technically speaking, there are more ways to crumple people, but you can't use them as supports.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is kind of...
Oh yeah, Gaara has his own built-in crumple state. Duh.
Yeah.
Clearly I play this game all the time.
But yeah, so this is kind of the reverse.
Yeah.
Where you have your support knock them down and then you OTG them.
Yeah. So...
No way around it.
Right, except probably like in a combo. What could Kakashi do? Maybe jabs? Clearly
Oh
not.
yeah, look at me ninja that. Yeah. So I guess for me it would be
For you, jabs would work.
boom. It's okay. When you finally get it, it'll be the first try.
It's not fast enough to be real.
That didn't look real.
This'll work.
Oh my god. I missed. Yes. Oh yeah, I've always wondered what happens when Crumple hits Crumple. Nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was good job, man. Good job. First try. That was great. Okay, so
Okay, so that's basically it for crumples. I mean, crumples are for characters that already have good OTGs. And it just lets them land their OTGs, basically. It's a lot like just a combo extend multi-hit jutsu. Except it's cooler. I mean...
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that basically wraps up this section of the OTGs and crumples.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next section, and we'll see you then.